What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode review of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. What season is this? 14, episode 12, Trust Planning Issues, okay? So, everybody doing their own little thing. You got Drew and her mama and Ralph talking about how she got fired from her mama. We got, everybody just doing their own thing. That's all we gonna say. So then we get to Kandi, right? Kandi and, girl, y'all, let me tell y'all something. Because I feel so right now, but I'm finna push through for y'all. All right, I wanted to just, so if the energy kind of low or whatever, that's why. Because when I told y'all before the other day when I was doing my review or whatever, I don't know if I put it in one of these reviews or whatever, my ankle been giving me some issues, okay? I just got put on some antibiotics. I'm okay, but it's for just in case purposes. But bitch, it's some shit going on that I don't know. So I gotta go to the doctor on Tuesday just to check it out and see if it's healing the way that it's supposed to, because that was the main issue. But anyway, we gonna get through this, okay? So again, we get Kandi, okay? Kandi is out here about to have a little birthday party for Ace, right? It's Ace's sixth birthday. His birthday is in the middle of the week. So she inviting, just having a small little gathering. Some of his little cousins. And then you got Kenya and her daughter. You got, Drew and her kids or whatever. They coming over there and they having a good time. Okay, it was so cute. First of all, them little kids were so cute. I said, who kids is these? I know you said they're his little cousins. Who the mom and daddy? Y'all did good, okay? Then, little Ace coming around the corner. It was so nice and so sweet. Oh my God, I'm so happy because it's my birthday. Girl, sometimes these little kids be making me want to have kids, and then I think about the responsibilities and the whole, then I take that shit away, okay? I don't want to be a Marlo. Anyway, moving on from that. Oh, somebody finna get all up in their feelings because I said that. It's a couple of y'all that, listen, I said what I said, and I feel what I feel about the whole Marlo and the nephew situation. And if you feel completely opposite, that's 100% fine. But there's no need for you to keep putting it in my comments as if you're going to jump somebody. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know Marlo had stands like that. Like, come on. Come the fuck on. Okay? Like, grow the fuck up. Like, for real. Like, y'all arguing over somebody that don't even fucking know you. We giving our opinions, okay? And if you're going to give your opinion in a rebuttal or whatever, and it's different from what is being said, that is welcome. But you not finna come on my shit acting like you finna fight somebody or whatever. You not finna come. I can tell the tone, okay? And some of y'all tone be so nasty over a nasty ass bitch. I'm just saying I had to put it like that. I mean, I guess y'all birds of a fucking feather flock to goddamn together. Anyway, moving on from that. So y'all made me go there. Moving on from there. So she had a little gamer's truck or whatever. She put the little kids out there because little Ace is into the games and shit, And so they out there. I want to go into one of them. Now, see, I'm not a gamer like that. Let me tell you something. The last game system that I got, I got a PlayStation 4. Do you know when I got that PlayStation 4, I probably played with it 5 times. And mostly used it to look at my DVDs. That's all that I used it for, okay? I'm just not a big gamer like I used to be back in the day. Because back in the day, baby, and let me tell you, I'm finna show my age. When Sega Genesis was out, I was a Sega girl. Which is the reason why I got a PlayStation, because they had the same family, okay? Listen, you couldn't tell me nothing. I was the Sega queen, bitch. You couldn't tell me shit. But anyway, moving on from that. So they having a little discussion about everything that was going on. And, Kandi is a little sad because her play that they went to New York to go see, that Broadway play, Thoughts of a Colored Man, they had to shut it down. And when they say shut it down, I believe they mean like, they just had to take it off and it's not coming back because Miss Girl and her cousin came through, her variant came through. This was around the time with came through and was just fucking shit up. You know what I'm saying? And it affected the play because I believe some of the people got some of the stuff, got infected or whatever. And, so she had to make do with that. And I felt bad for her because, she was just saying how this was an accomplishment, and she was like, she's not just doing it for herself, but for everybody, for every African American who is out here, trying to make strides, trying to make history, trying to put forth the effort to do something. You know what I'm saying? That, basically we was told that, or we wasn't allowed to do. You know what I'm saying? She worked hard for it. So I felt, of course, Kandi was up in there crying. I was just doing this for somebody, because I didn't grow up with money. And I had to, I said, all right, Kandi. All right. Then they started talking about what happened with her, the situation with the dude that was approaching her gate and all that stuff. The one that said that he was Beyonce family member. I want to know, has he listened to the album yet, and how does he feel about that being Beyonce family member and him being T.I.'s son? Because literally that's what he said. I'm Beyonce family member, and she sent me here to talk to Kandi right quick, and, because I'm also T.I.'s son. I said, what? Now, how you put them two together like that? But all right, this ain't Soldier, okay? But, she had to deal with that, and the girls, especially Kenya, was talking about, how they're going to get security, or hope they should get security, like private security to come in, and Kenya was saying, like, because she had the name drop. Kenya said, because Cardi B got little security that be around for 24 hours or whatever, because, she lived down the block from me or whatever. I said, all right, Kenya. Okay. Then, Drew said she got security at her place because she behind the gated community or whatever, HOA thing, type of situation. That's cool. So they dealing with that, right? Next thing you know, we get over there. First of all, Sheree, ma'am. Sheree was up in the kitchen at her house, and Cairo was there. Cairo allegedly is doing music, and Sheree want to hear it. He said, okay, I'll let you hear the clean version. She said the clean version. I would have said the same thing. The clean version. What are you saying up in this music that I need to hear the clean version? You talking about, bitch, get on your knees? I mean, everybody does that, but you don't want to hear your son or your family member. Do you ever think about that? Do you ever think about that? What do the family members of these artists feel like when they listen to people, they family member that's like famous or whatever, singing and rapping about the shit that they rapping? Like, their fathers. Let's say if it's a daughter. Like, bitch, is Beyonce daddy listening to her shit? Is he watching her videos? Because I'd be good, goddamn. Daddy, don't listen to this album. I'd probably make a whole new one and be like, listen to this part, okay? Don't listen to that part. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you to know that I be fucking. All right, that's all it is. I don't need you to know my activities. I mean, you kind of know because I got 3 kids, but shit, I just really don't want you to know all the details like I'm finna put in here. But I've always wanted that stuff, and she talking about She by Sheree still coming. She got a new consultant, got some new designs. The designs look cute. I ain't even gonna lie. I said, now see, bitch, She by Sheree could have got picked up by Adidas, okay? Just like Abby Park. It really could have, because them designs look cute. You know what I'm saying? And I would have looking forward to getting something or whatever. But I really do hope, even though ain't nobody checking for it like that, but I really hope she don't give up on it. You know what I'm saying? Moving on from that, she went over there to talk to Marlo. They was waiting for Sanya to get over there because, I think they was at Lay Archives. And, talking about the little Jamaica trip. Marlo talking about, one of the nephews, he can't wait to come back home. The other one just playing Roblox all day. And she upset with the sister or, cussing her out or whatever. Trying to say, like, what is he doing over there? Why? I mean, if that's the case, he could have just stayed over here. Like, you just letting him do anything or whatever. She was like, I'm finna take the stuff away from him. But, girl, you gave up that right for 30 days to discipline him, right? So let your sister do what she needs to do. If you wanted to discipline him, you should have kept him in the house, okay? Go ahead and get your healing like you said you need. Get a little space and get regeneration and all that. But moving on from that, they need to get ready for this Jamaica trip. Girl, they was upset at the fact that, Kenya came and she did what she did. And we have to be honest. Kenya was antagonizing her. They was antagonizing each other. It was like a get back, okay? It literally was a get back. You fuck me over, I fuck you over. You play with me, I play with you. That's what it was. It was tit for tat type of situation. And I told y'all, and everybody picked up on that. The reason why Kenya came up in there all happy and cheery was to get under Marlo's skin. And it worked, okay? It worked, but Of course, Sanya coming in. I like Kenya, but I just feel like if you was gonna bring that type of vibe, you should never came or whatever. And like y'all told me, y'all knew the girls was gonna come because they need to get paid. It was so many of y'all that had to let me know how this shit work. Thank y'all, because I truly did not know. Out of all these years I've been watching, I ain't know that shit. Okay, maybe I just don't pay attention that much or whatever. But cause some of y'all deep in the trenches of the Real Housewives. I'm just not that deep, bitch. But so that was happening, and then they getting ready for the Jamaica trip that, Sanya is taking all the girls on, and she wants to make it a couples trip. And she's so hell bent on making it a couples trip. And I just don't understand, why do you want to make it a couples trip when everybody does not have a person that they're with currently? And you literally said there's 3 girls in the group, Marlo, Sheree, and Kenya, who do not have anybody that they're with. So why is it that it's such a big deal to make it a couples trip? I would have just said, if you got somebody, come. If you don't that don't matter. I would have just said, if you got a +1, you want to bring a +1, bring a +1. I wouldn't say that it's mandatory or anything. And she made a big deal about it, calling up Kenya and the girls or whatever, trying to say, I want to have a little Jamaica party thing or whatever, get together before Jamaica at my house, because I'm making sure that this is like a couples thing, so you can bring who you want to bring, and Kenya got over it. She said, listen, fuck all this, and she hung up in her face. Now, Kenya, that was a little rude, but I understood. But still, that was rude as hell, okay? Sanya, you getting on my nerves right about now, but at the same time, King, you ain't have to hang up in that girl's face, all right? But it's like, what are you getting at, Sanya? I don't know. So yeah, Miss Girl hung up. First of all, she hung up in Sanya's face. I wouldn't have did that. I understand the frustration, Kenya, but I wouldn't have did that, okay? I would have just said, you know what, okay, we'll talk about this later. I gotta go. And then I would have just, said goodbye and then hung up, but not just blatantly hang up in the girl's face. But Sanya, you doing too much. You are doing too much, because again, I don't understand, why are you making this such a requirement for everybody to have a couple and be a couple instead of just being a +1 if they want? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody does not have a couple. And as the other girl said, Kenya is literally going through a divorce. Kenya ain't out here looking for nobody to be with. Okay? It's Sheree. Sheree literally just got through with a breakup. Or allegedly a breakup, because we don't know if she's still talking to girl Sheree and goddamn Martell. Now, who lying? Who lying? I feel like Martell probably lying. I really do feel like Martell probably lying. I feel like Sheree was dead ass serious, and she really thought that they was kicking it like that. Because now they saying that Martell pissed off that she putting it out there that they supposed to be kicking it and they supposed to be together or whatever, dating or some shit. When Sheree said, yeah, the nigga done seen my family, some of my family and my friends or whatever, I believe her. I believe her, and I believe Martell just, he on some funny shit. Sheree, get away from that shit, okay? You don't need that. But, she just got through with a breakup. Who she fucking around with? That good enough that I want to bring on a trip and spend a few days with. Okay? And 9 out of 10, if it is somebody that she talking to, it ain't somebody that she been talking to for a long time. Marlo, we all know who she with, okay? But I'm just not understanding the requirement why you're pushing this agenda to be a couple. Just say you can bring a +1 if you want, okay? And I get the frustration. And Marlo, why you mad at Kandi now? Okay, again, she mad at Kandi. Now I see what side she on. What is it because she told Kenya about the whole, your boys and all that stuff? I mean, I guess. Okay, understandable. I'll give you that. If that's the reason, I'll give you that. Cause she ain't have to tell her, but she did. Kenya used that as ammunition. Moving on from that, speaking of, Marlo finally did something that she should have did in the beginning, okay? She went and she talked to a parenting coach that I think was suggested to her by Sheree. And basically what it all comes down to is, everybody has their own opinion. I have my opinion. I've seen, and some of my opinion comes from what I've seen, because my cousins went through certain shit like this or whatever, where they was bounced around and all this stuff. And I seen how it is when you go from one place and you're thinking everything is going to be cool, and then they get pushed away and taken to somewhere else. And then the behavior just start acting up because they don't know stability. And they're thinking that, listen, you abandoned me again because I already felt abandoned. And so So now my mama don't want me. Now you don't want me. Now you got me at this place, and it's like, damn, do you want me? Like, where am I going? You're ping ponging back and forth. So that's strongly where my opinion is coming from. The coach, he said, people, they got their different reasons for doing certain things or whatever. He not necessarily saying that Marlo was wrong for doing what she did, but what she need to do is she need to put some structure in there. Okay, that is what's going on. Yeah, she's not a parent, but as soon as you got those boys, you should have looked into it. Okay, you should have went on ahead and tried to look into how to parent. Call your girls up who got kids. You use the resources around you. If you are serious, there is no reason. And yes, a lot of people, they don't know what it is to parent because they just become parents. Okay, and they learn it as they go. And I understand that. But when you got that resource that's around you that can help you, you have people. It's not like she don't, okay, that she can rely on. You know what I'm saying? That can help her. But like he was saying, you have to be structured. You have to put a schedule in, and you have to stay to that structure. You can't be one way this minute and then another way this minute, because it's like they gonna run haywire. And then that's how they get, try to run over your ass. And plus they teen boys, okay? And we know how they do. You know what I'm saying? For those who got kids, okay? For those who got kids, and especially like teenagers or almost teenagers, what do you think? Do you think it's harder raising girl teenagers or boy teenagers? Or is it about the same for y'all? Put that down in the comments to my parents, okay? I like to see that, you know what I'm saying? Because was I difficult? Me and my sister wasn't difficult. Well, my sister did have an incident. I would tell y'all about that shit, but baby, y'all probably feel like, no, I know I keep that to myself. Because y'all will probably be like, bitch, what? Okay, and I'm not talking about the young one. I'm talking about the one that's after me. Okay, but yeah, that's all. Marlo, just get on the structure, okay? And use the people that's around you. That's what I would suggest. But listen, I ain't no child psychologist. I'm just using a little bit of common sense. So then we get Kandi and Todd. They getting the girls together, Riley and Kayla, to basically talk about the fact that they are about to do a trust, okay? Let me just say this. Is it me, or has Bravo been extra freaking shady this season with showing the girls and their receipts and just being shady? Because listen, why did they have to show Kandi stuff that she accumulated before they got together, and then when they had Ty's column, there was nothing there, okay? Baby, they had Kandi's publishing, they had her music, they had her songwriting credits, they had her house to Mama Joyce, Tags Boutique, the Candy Factory. They had every damn thing that she has ever freaking did, and then they had Ty. It was blank. But then when they put the stuff together, what they had, it was like the restaurant and real estate. I said, that don't make no sense. They didn't have to do that, embarrass that man, okay? But at the same time, they're trying to work on this whole situation, and I feel as though, especially, honestly, even if you don't have a lot of money, it comes a time where you need to have a will in place, because you never know what might happen. You need to have a trust in place if that's what you want to go. You know what I'm saying? Because especially in these day and age, you just don't know when anybody gonna get out of here, what's gonna happen, or what. You know what I'm saying? So you just want to be prepared, and you don't want to leave your family in a lurch. Okay. So they dealing with that. And he was like, he'd think about, he was thinking that the Jersey apartment that was a big issue early in the season, to give it to Kayla. Everybody agreed that made sense, okay? Because technically she probably the only one that would work with it, But the issue is he wants to make it so that if they get a lump sum of money, they don't, if they, like, let's say if he had $5 million, this is the example he used. And instead of them, just going ahead and getting that whole lump sum of $5 million, because later on or in a year or so, it could be like less than $130,000 because they made some bad business decisions or whatever. So they're asked out of money. It's better to give them like payments, okay? Payments at a certain time or whatever. And there are some wills and some trust or whatever where you have to, that people have in place where, let's say it's a whole bunch of money, they don't give it to them right away, especially if the people are young that's receiving it. Like if you're 18, you got to wait until you're 21 to touch this part of it. Then you get another portion when you're 25, and then you get another portion when you're 30, and then so and so like that. And you get the rest probably when you're 35 years old. You know what I'm saying? They do it like that. But see, you know, Riley really wasn't here for it, and I believe Kayla really wasn't here for it either. Because Riley, like, what if I need the money and I need more than what you're giving me because I'm trying to start my business up or whatever? And I get what she's saying, but you also have to get out there and you got to work yourself, okay? But Kayla, I feel like honestly, even though I know that Riley is Kandi's daughter, and we've seen Kandi's worth ethic, I really feel as though between Riley and Kayla, Kayla be okay. Kayla would definitely be okay on her own. Like Ty has already said, she's out there in New York. She has her own apartment that she's paying for. She's working in production and she's doing her own thing. And he has made it so that she had to do that. Do I feel like he probably was a little bit strict on her? Yes. Okay. Especially compared to Kandi, who just probably gave her daughter anything that she wanted. We saw them with the luxury apartment that she was willing to pay for out there in NYC. And I'm like, damn, just to go to college, you get this? Oh, okay. I would throw your ass in the dorm, but, maybe that's a good thing given about what's going on in this world. So, and they was having issues about that too. He's a different style, she's a different style, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, they just don't trust Ty to be like, I guess 100% fair with it, or be the same way as Kandi, because they have different ways to doing things. And his feelings kind of got hurt because Kandi kind of agreed with it. And I'm just sitting here like, I understand that your feelings getting hurt because you're hearing some truth that you probably never really heard or you paid attention to, but you need to sit there instead of just getting up because your feelings hurt like a big baby and listen to what they're saying. And then y'all need to come to an agreement. You know what I'm saying? This is how you handle business. You put things out there on the table and you meet in the middle. That's what it is. But I feel like that was a good conversation to have. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie, this episode felt like a filler, but hey, it is what it is. So also with that whole situation, Ty really got in his feelings too because, the girls kind of felt, and I think Kandi a little bit, about if something was to happen to them individually. Like, let's say if Kandi were to go before Ty, would Ty really take care of Riley the same way that Kandi took care of Riley? And he felt kind of offended like that because, Riley felt that way that he necessarily wouldn't. But, Kandi did as well. So when he met up with her in the office later, she had to clarify that. She was like, what she meant by that was she so freely with the purse strings, okay? She'll give Riley probably whatever it is that she wants, and then Ty will probably just give her a little bit more structure. Like, no, you can't get all of this, okay? Like, work for it or whatever. And honestly, I get both sides, and it's like I don't know which one I should lean towards because I'm thinking I'm leaning more so towards Ty's side in this whole situation because Ty did not grow up in a way where Kandi grew up. Kandi probably been, I'm not going to say she grew up with money, but Kandi started making real money when she was younger, you know what I'm saying, with Escape, and probably after that, making actual real money when she started doing the songwriting and everything and then getting her publishing. So she know how business works, and so therefore she doesn't want her kids to struggle. But Ty, he never made real money like Kandi made real money, and he's always on that budget and stuff. And I understand him more because that's how I am. Like, even if I was to, at this point in my life, get like, if I would have won that goddamn bill, bitch. Y'all hit me up so many times asking, was it me who got that jackpot or whatever, the Powerball shit, them $1 billion. Was it $1 billion, whatever, or almost $1 billion? No, girl, it wasn't me. And if it was, y'all wouldn't know unless they made me put it out there. But it wasn't even in Chicago. I think somebody said it was out there in Des Plaines. So that's like a suburb of Chicago or Illinois or whatever. So No, girl. Probably I wouldn't even. It probably even wouldn't. It probably even wasn't one of us. Okay. I was so mad. But even if I would have got something like that, if I would have came into a large sum of millions and millions of dollars, I still kind of feel like because of the way that I was raised and how I manage my money till this day, I still wouldn't be overly spending. I still would be just still kind of doing the same thing and then splurge maybe here and there every once in a blue moon. Because that's literally how I am now. I got a little bit of money now, you know what I'm saying? And it fuck with me when I was trying to get my sister some stuff for her graduation, and I was like, should I just get her something or should I get me something as well? And I was like, you know what, I don't know if I should spend, I got it, but does it make sense to spend all this money on this particular item, you know what I'm saying? Or should I just say fuck it, just give her something because she deserved it or whatever? But it was a toss up. Like, let me tell you, it was so difficult. And I did settle on getting me something, and I only got me one item. I got my sister a couple of items or so. 3 items, actually. Wait a minute. I got a wallet, a backpack, some shoes, and a purse, I believe. Either way, fuck, I got a lot of stuff, okay? And for myself, it was a toss up like, damn, you spent all this, should you even get you something? Or, I'm just that type of person. So I understand where Todd is coming from with the budgeting and stuff. And, when you get money, you don't want your kids to have to go through what you went through. So you kind of laxed a little bit, and then sometimes you don't lax. So I get both sides or whatever. She had to explain it to him, and he understood. And, I like the fact that, she got the opportunity because of the play being shut down. She got the other opportunity to produce another play. And this is the one I believe that was with Samuel L. Jackson, okay? And somebody that was on her business team or whatever was trying to tell her not to do it because it's a possibility that it could get shut down, and then you'll be on 2 things that get shut down or whatever, and that'll probably be a bad look. And Ty was like, don't listen to that. If that gets shut down, it gets shut down, and it's not going to be because of you. We are in trying times right about now, and everything is at a toss-up, but this is showing that you still out here willing to work, and you're willing to put forth the effort. You got to build that up. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and do that. I was here for that. Sanya is going to, since they having a little get together, they're going to throw Sheree a little birthday party because she didn't realize that it was Sheree's birthday coming up as well. So, she's getting all the girls together, sent out a text, and they said, cool. Speaking of Sheree in this clothing line. Sheree and his clothing line been her goddamn storyline ever since she got on this show. Probably the second season since she got on the goddamn show, okay? And it has yet to come to fruition. So therefore, that's why we make jokes about it. And that's why I don't know if people really are checking for She by Sheree, or are they just joking about it? You know what I'm saying? Because she said, at first she was just going to do a women's line. But, the guys are like, yeah, I want to do something. I want a jogger set. I said, what guys is telling you that? It probably is. And honestly, this is the route that she most likely should have went through in the first place, okay? You cannot go wrong with a jogger set. Baby. You can't go wrong with that, okay? And then make it unisex. Oh, girl. Come on now. Come on. And I saw the design with the little crop top. Baby, the girls and the guys gonna eat that up. They gonna eat that up. And I just wish she would have had this out there, like if she would have been dead ass serious. I just don't feel like she's serious enough for this, okay? If you had a real team around you and you were really serious about putting it in there, I feel as though her focus got taken away from the clothing line and got put on the house. And that's what it was. She was trying to get the money for that house, and that's why she couldn't get that clothing line off the ground. So now that the house is completely finished, let's move our focus back over to She by Sheree. And now that I'm back on the show, I got a little more recognition. People starting to remember me now. They never really forgot me, but now they piquing interest because I'm back on the show. So let me go ahead and put this back out here, which makes sense. So she going to a fabric store. She trying to try out the fabrics what she want. She telling the ladies, she want to do a VPL for the dudes on their jogger pants. I said, girl, what? Me and the ladies was like, what is that? And she was gonna say, y'all ain't never heard nothing about that? Y'all ain't never heard of a VPL? I said, no, girl, because at first I thought you said a BBL for the dudes. I said, now hold on, what is your target market? The guys and the gays? Which one? She said, no, girl, that is a target market. But what I said, a VPL, which means a visual print line. Okay, baby, she out here making dick prints. She want the girls to see you slanging, niggas. She want y'all to see you slanging. So if you ain't hanging, don't try it. Okay, don't try it. I was like, you know what, Sheree? I never would have thought to do no shit like that. But that may be a good idea because, you know, sweatsuit and sweatpants weather coming up soon. Okay, Sheree, I'll give you that. So now it's time for Sanya's little party get together. And everybody starts showing up. Everybody's looking great. Can I just ask this question? Because I'm not a makeup girl, but can y'all explain to me why the faces were looking orange? Okay, Sheree face, Drew face, and I've noticed this on some other things, not just this show. But is it because they don't have the right foundation, or they put too much on, or is it because of the way that the light hit it, or whatever? But am I the only one that noticed that the face was looking a little orangey? But they look good, but it's just the foundation that was on their face just kind of threw me off a little bit. But they get there, Kenya get there, you know, she do say, you know, hi to Marlo. She didn't really look at her. No, she didn't look at her at all. And Marlo said hello, and that was it. And here go Kenya. You know, it's very easy not to pay attention to Marlo because she's very much irrelevant. All right. You know, Marlo says she not finna let Kenya fuck her night up. It is what it is. And I said, y'all just stay in y'all respective corners, okay? That's all that we have to do. This is not about y'all. We done messed up one trip. We don't need to mess up something else, okay? So at this point, you know, Kenya do want to talk to Sanya. She do have a little conversation with her. And for the most part, she was just telling her, Sanya said, you know, because she was just trying to say that you can have a +1 or whatever. And I said, well, girl, if that's what you was trying to say, you literally said a couple's trip. You didn't say a +1, but okay, we'll give you that. If that's what you claim, that's what you claim. But you said +1. I mean, you said a couple's trip. And Kenya was like, it was the way that you kept on saying it in a condescending way, and the fact that I am going through a divorce and I don't need that, okay? Sanya don't feel like that's really what happened or how she was trying to convey things. And I understand. I don't know if it was being condescending, but I felt as though, why are you pushing it though? You know what I'm saying? Because just say +1. And if she would have said +1, I think it would have went over a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Couple, it probably was a trigger because, okay, like she going through her divorce and all that stuff. But again, I didn't feel like she needed to hang up on the girl the way that she did. Sanya understood. Sanya got it. Sanya didn't get mad. And they was cool with it afterwards. All was forgiven. Okay, Sheree showed up and they was finna do the little, you know, get on the little photo booth, baby. The photo booth wasn't ready. The battery need to charge for another 20 minutes. I said, damn, Sanya. Girl, y'all ain't have, y'all must have just came in like 5 minutes before everybody else came in and started setting up. Baby, she gave them some beef patties that they didn't cook, that they catered. Now, Kenya, y'all was being a little rude, okay? Kenya, Drew, y'all was being a little rude. Because some of y'all be acting like these girls, y'all ain't all been into wealth stuff, okay? Y'all ain't all grow up with, you know, a bartender behind the bar serving you Shirley Temple, version Shirley Temples, okay? You ain't grew up with, you know, a waiter at your house coming and just giving you a pizza on the plate, on a china plate or whatever. So I just don't understand why it was such a big issue. By the way, okay, well, she just responded. Thank you. Even though I didn't ask her, Kenya just responded to the question because I put that tweet out. She said, what she said? She said, it's the fluorescent light makes us all look crazy. So everybody so if that's what it is, that's what it is. Even though I really wasn't talking about her, but all right, thank you for answering. You know, that's cool. That's cool. I'm gonna let it go because my question was answered. But, I don't know. I really think that it's different tones to the foundation, but then it's like different type of foundation that you use for different lights or whatever. And my beauty girls, put that down in the comments or whatever. Teach me something, okay? Learn me something. Anyway, so I'm sitting here like y'all complaining about the fact that, you know, the beef patty was a little dry. Okay, you come to somebody's house, they inviting you to the house or whatever. Don't complain about the shit that's going on, especially while you're there, okay? Do that shit afterwards, you know? Have a little bit of respect and decorum. You know, we may feel how we feel about Sanya, but she's inviting y'all into her home, okay? You know, she ain't want to cook for all of y'all asses, and truth be told, I wouldn't have cooked for your asses either, okay? Because then you probably would have been complaining about my food too, okay? So complain about the cater food, you know, that's what you do. Kenya said the shit was dry, you know? Drew complaining about the fact that, you know, the food was on the table, or they was doing it themselves or whatever the fuck. Is this like a birthday party for Zeus? What is this? I said, what is the issue? Y'all complain too damn much. What is wrong with you getting your ass up and fucking getting your own plate? What is wrong with that? You that far removed from reality? You got that much money that you don't do that shit no more? You forget that you used to do that? Girl, come up out of that shit, okay? Meanwhile, they was talking about Drew and that doggy bone shit. Baby, and let me tell y'all something. So many people was like, oh my God, but Drew started it first with Fatoon. Let me tell you something. Technically speaking, Fatoon started that shit first with Drew, okay? So therefore, I had no problem with her calling that girl a bitch. And I still don't have no problem with her calling her a bitch, because she's very much a bitch, okay? That's how she acted. That's how she carried on. So therefore, Drew ain't do no wrong right there in my eyes. I don't give a fuck about Fatoon, and you ain't gonna change my opinion on that. But they bring that shit up. Like, girl, how the fuck you get that doggy bag, that doggy bone? Like, we all want to know, okay? Did you bring it on the trip because you knew Fatoon was coming? Or did you go pick it up from the store while you was already out there? Which one was it, okay? You know, and they were just trying to comfort that. And, you know, Drew was like, because people like to throw rocks and hide their hands and all this stuff. Mad you, Sheree looking like, what? I said, uh-oh, so now y'all finna do this shit again? Here we go. I said we can't have one event without stuff just not going wrong. Here we go. So, listen, this was very much a filler episode, but, you know, Drew, at the end of the day, yeah, I was cool with you bringing that little, you know, that little treat, whatever. It was corny, but it made me laugh, okay? Because I don't give a fuck about the bitch. But to sit there, I don't know if Drew expected, you know, Sheree to, like, truly let go of Fatoon, like go ahead and just say, oh yeah, she was wrong. You know these girls ain't gonna do that, okay? But it's like you put all the blame on Sheree. Like, Sheree, you brought the girl. Sheree claimed that she didn't know that it was still a problem. It very much was still a problem. Girl, you knew that it was still a problem. She said that last week. But at the end of the day, they just going back and forth, back and forth. And I'm just sitting here like, Drew, you got your issue with Fatoon. Sheree said, no, girl, you started it or whatever. She said, no, bitch, that bitch looked up some shit on me. And then when Sheree said, who am I talking to? Nicole? Danielle? Who? I said, damn it, bitch. Now, why would you have to go there, okay? I will say that Sheree got that ass. I'm not even gonna lie, Drew, you gonna have to get a little bit better at coming at somebody. If you gonna throw it out there, you got to be able to keep on throwing it out there when they throw that shit back. Because everything Drew said, Sheree came back with something else that had me going, oh, okay, you know. Especially when she called her old or whatever, she said, bitch, you better hope you look this good at my age. Why Marlo say, you know, Drew was pretty, but you better hope that you look good like that, because Sheree look good as hell for 60 years old. The producers had to say, bitch, she is 52. And she said, wait a minute. I said, now, Marlo, you know you said that shit on purpose. I ain't know Sheree was that old, okay? Sheree don't look that old to me, but hey, like I said, she look good for her age. But at the end of the day, you know, Sheree, Drew, let's be honest though, okay? Because you tried to make it seem like, you know, she was the one that came for first. You came for Sheree first, okay? Let's be honest. In this little beef between Sheree and Drew, we will have to present the facts. You came for Sheree first, okay? When you talked about her not paying and getting assistance and not paying assistance and talking to the other assistant and getting all this tea on her and bringing it to the forefront at King's baby's birthday party. That was on you. That is the reason why Fatoon stepped in to confirm that, oh, well, that dude also said that your husband was gay. Okay? So at that moment, I can understand feeling a type of way, but you and Fatoon really wasn't doing nothing to each other at that moment, and I did not have a problem with Fatoon stepping up and having her homegirl back and confirming some stuff that was said about, since you coming at me and you want to give me some facts, let me give you some facts, okay? That's what happened. But where it went too goddamn far is when the bitch started looking up shit on her, because why? Okay? And that's where I jumped off the Fatoon train. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, it was just ridiculous, all right? Like, just let it go. They had to switch it up. You gonna say happy birthday. Ask that girl if she gonna sing happy birthday to her. Juice said, what the fuck? Like, we just got into it and you want me to sing happy birthday? But eventually she did and she sounded good. I said, well, damn, Drew, you actually couldn't sing. All right, And Sheree said, now, Drew have a hard problem with trying to, say I apologize. So I'm going to take this as her apology. And you're welcome. I said, wait a minute, bitch. No, that's not it. But anyway, after that, Sanya set them down to put up some rules for what they're going to do in Jamaica. Wear some waterproof hair. No, don't be standoffish. Don't bring any props. Weed is not legal in Jamaica, which is so crazy. But it's not legal, because if you get locked up, bitch, I'm leaving your ass there. And I would have said the same damn thing. And just be on your good behavior. That's all that it is. But that was the episode, y'all. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. It was very much a filler episode. Tried to do enough. I gave y'all more than enough. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.